A draft report compiled by the Central Bank on Perpetual Treasuries, which has been accused of being involved in the central bank bond scam, was recently leaked to the media.
That's right. Now, civil activists point out that the central bank should now launch investigations into alleged fraud that took place during the highly controversial bond issuances, instead of investigating how the document was leaked.
The Central Bank of Sri Lanka, issuing a media release, stated that they have requested authorities to launch an investigation into the unauthorized release of a report related to the examination of perpetual treasuries conducted by the Central Bank. The release notes that the report had not been completed and that the final report has not been submitted to the Monetary Board for its consideration. Charges have been levelled that the government suffered extensive losses due to actions related to the 2015 February and 2016 March bond issuance. Civil activists charged that primary dealer Perpetual Treasuries, which is allegedly owned by Arjuna Aloysius, the son-in-law of former Central Bank Governor Arjuna Mahendran, earned an extraordinary profit through this.
As the report that you are referring to reveals, they had borrowed money from the Central Bank at 7.5%, and the report says in the first 2 weeks, within 8 days of April, they have borrowed 66 billion from the Central Bank at 7.5% and lent to the government at 13%. So that is how the big profits have been made. The report is actually, the Central Bank has issued a statement today in the evening. It has not denied that it was a report that had been prepared in the Central Bank. What it has actually said is that Central Bank had not authorized the people who had prepared the report to release it to public domain. So it's a credible report that had been prepared in the Central Bank. I have seen these on-site examination reports. This is one of the finest reports that had been prepared in the Central Bank.
In my opinion, I think the person or the team that prepared this report, that did this initial investigation to formulate this report, would have certainly known one thing, that it will not have an official sanction in the end, whatever the findings are. For that reason, they had no choice but to leak it to the public, release it, let the public take care of it.
The findings in the report are all if you look at them, they are shocking. Shocking in the sense the type of transaction they have done, how they have abused the borrowing power from the Central Bank, how they have robbed the money belonging to the members of the Employees Provident Fund and so forth. All these details are documented in the report.
49.4 billion was bid by Perpetual Treasuries on the March 29-31st bids, treasury bonds, when they were short of 36 billion to pay for it. The others also would have done the same thing, but they were not favored. They were not given that favored service by the Central Bank. They were not offered that money, that opportunity. So it's a loss to them. When Arjuna Mahendran has done something wrong, the Prime Minister says Cabral did the same thing. My God. This is what the government is doing. So our worry is, this government came into this position because of the choice of one person, that is the President. In the President, people found a person to rely on, a person to depend on, to carry forward this country. Unfortunately, our worry is that President has only about 3.5 years more. And after that he is not going to come. Who is going to come? That is why we are pressurizing the President.
They are retaining officials linked to financial fraud. However, they are lodging complaints with the CID in order to find out how this document was leaked. There is an old saying, when we point at the moon, the people stare at the finger. This incident is similar to it. The largest fund in Asia, which is the EPF, has a capital of 1.3 trillion. Their profit was 1,300 million. However, Perpetual Treasuries has recorded a profit of 9,857 million. When the COPE committee report is released, the voice Office Against Corruption will initiate legal action against those connected to this.
දූෂිතයන්ට විරුද්ධව නීතිමය ක්‍රියාමාර්ගයන් අපි කටයුතු කරනවා.
මේකේ මේ සිකුරාදා මොනිටරින් බෝඩ් එක කරන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා අපි
I'm waiting to see what steps the Monetary Board will take this Friday. We trust the Governor of the Central Bank and we believe him to be an honest individual. That is why the President gave this appointment. Let us give him a chance. Let us see the decision the Monetary Board reaches after they convene on Friday. Else, there is another process that can be adopted. Give the President some time to implement it.
එහෙම නැත්නම් වෙන ක්‍රමයක් තියෙනවා අනුගමනය කරන්න. ඒ ක්‍රමය ජනාධිපතිතුමාට අනුගමනය කරන්න කාල සීමාවක් දෙන්න.